Good afternoon. My name is Helen, as you've heard, and this afternoon I'll take you through two processes. I will continue with the bidding process from where my colleague left. I will show you how to submit a 2-envelope tender, and I will follow it up with the delivery process. That is after you have received the much coveted letter, or you've signed a contract, and we give you a purchase order. How do you deliver the goods to our Kenya pipeline stores? I will take you through that process. So the first process is the bidding process, which is a 2-envelope tender. And I would wish to answer some 3 questions. What is a 2-envelope tender? When is it used? And how do you get your tender document? And how do you respond to the tender document? So to the first question, what is a 2-envelope tender? A 2-envelope tender is where you are required to submit your bid response in 2 separate envelopes. One envelope will be the technical bid, and the second envelope will be a price bid. These responses are separated in the system so that at the point of tender opening, we shall first of all open the technical bid, evaluate it, and only those bidders who have met the minimum technical requirements will have their price bid opened. This kind of tender is used in consultancy services only, so it's not used for supply of goods. Consultancies, I'll give you examples of consultancies. You could be in the human resource consultancy, environmental consultancy, and any other consultancy that you may be in. If you are in that business of consultancy, this is your time and you pay more attention. The 2-envelope tender is used across all modes of procurement. It can be used for a request for quotation. It can be used for restricted. It can be used for public tender. So it is all. As long as it's consultancy, then 2-envelope will be used. Not that can be used, but definitely it will be used. It's the law. How do you get your tender document in the system? To be able to see the tender document, of course, for a public tender or the open tenders, you have a choice of accessing your tender document from our website or the MyGov. You can see the tender document, and in the data sheet, you will be able to see the instructions of submission. It will tell you this is a 2-envelope tender, and it goes on to tell you how you are expected to respond to that tender. But for request for quotation and the restricted tenders, you will only get the tender document in the system. So the first thing you have to do is to log in using your username and your password, and click on Log On. When you do that, we have the supplier logon page which is launched. In that page, you will have very many tabs in that page. One will be the home, RFX and auctions. You will have the purchase order. That's a tab we shall use later. And many others. For our purpose, you will click on RFX and auctions. My colleague has explained what RFX is, it is request for a mode of procurement. So you click on it, and a list of tenders appear down there on the table. The tenders that appear here will be the active tenders. They will be the tenders that you have responded to before. They will also be tenders that you attempted to respond. If you do not attempt or if you do not respond to a tender, after the submission deadline, it will not be in your portal. It will disappear. So don't wait and say, I had seen a tender maybe last month. Let me go back to it. It will not be there if you did not attempt to respond to it. So click on the event number. You will realize that I use interchangeably event number and the RFX. That is one and the same thing. In the system, you will find in the columns it's known as the event number. So click on the event number, which takes you to the display RFX, and that number is displayed up there. So you see, much as you clicked on an event number, the page that comes up says it's a display of RFX and gives you the number. If you were keen on the screens that my colleague presented, you will realize that the second tab, which is the technical RFX, it was not there. That is one of the differences between the two envelope and the one envelope. So to access the tender document, click on technical RFX. If it's your first time to log in, you will get some terms and conditions there which you need to accept. This is a one-off activity. You will not get it again. So click on accept, and it takes you to the collaboration room. The collaboration room is what we also call the C folder in short. C folder is where we place our tender document, and also where, after you have done your response, you will input your technical bid. I say that intentionally, technical bid. I have not said the price bid, I've said technical bid. So on your left, you find an envelope which is labeled external area. Click on the external area, and on your right, an Excel table will appear, and in there will be our tender document. Click on the tender document, you download it, and you can read through the tender document. Now you start the preparation of your bid. You will see the instructions in the tender document. It will show you, you will actually realize it gives you the instructions on how to separate your price bid and your technical bid. So you log out of the C folder and close the page. When you are now ready to upload your bid response, what you will do, you will log in to the portal and click on your event number, which it will bring you to the display RFX page. On this page, click on the fourth tab, which is register. You are registering for this tender. We have had issues where suppliers call us and say, I have clicked on register and I'm not getting my username and the password. They are forgetting they are already in the portal. So the registration you're doing here is to register for that tender. When you register for the tender, what will happen is, in case of any changes to that tender, you will be notified. And the notification will be sent to the contact person you provided in your registration. So what changes can occur? The changes that can occur could be, we have placed an addendum, that is extra information, which was not there initially. We can also add clarifications. These are questions which have been raised by yourselves, and we go through the questions, and if they are valid questions, we need to send it to everybody. So those are the possible additions that can come up after a tender has been sent to you. So you click on the register, and you will get a notification that you are registered to the RFX and will be informed of any changes. Now click on Create Response. When you click on Create Response, a number will appear on top of your screen. This number, which begins with 80 and many other numbers after that, is unique to your bid. Every bid has a unique response number. It acts like your envelope which covers your response. If you bid again for another tender, you will realize that the response number is different. So different people bidding for the same tender will have a different response number. Now click on Technical RFX Response, and this will take you to the collaboration room or the C folder. When you do that, on your left, you will now realize that we have two folders. There will be a folder with your username, the username you used to log into the system. And the second one will be the external area. So click on your username because you're responding. It's you now responding. So click on it to activate it. And below it, you will see a tech bid. So we are now starting the process of uploading our technical bid. What are the contents of the technical bid? The technical bid will contain your requirements for preliminary evaluation, as my colleague Catherine showed you. So inside here, you will have your registration certificate if you are asked for, the tax compliance, all the technical criteria requirements as specified per that tender. You will also have all your technical requirements, the criteria for the technical evaluation. Ensure you put it here. I will give you a warning here. Please, do not put any document that may indicate what is in your price bid. If you do that, automatically you are disqualified, because we need first to see that you are meeting our technical requirements, the minimum, so that we can see your price bid. So do not put any indication of your price here. So click on the tech bid envelope, and on your right, click on Create tab. Click on Document. Do not click on the folder. Click on the document. We are creating a document. Give a name to your document. For example, you can say the tech bid for XYZ, that is your company. Remember, it's the tech bid, not the entire quotation. Below it, give a name of the tender you are responding to. For example, in my presentation, this was a sample for tender for training consultancy. You put it down there. Then, by default, upload the local file and click on Continue. Now choose the file where you have saved your technical proposal. So you pick it and you let it upload. Please make sure that you be patient until you see the name of your document there and click on Save. The clicking of Save is extremely important because if you do not click on the Save, at the point of opening, we shall only see the name of your folder. If you had called it Tech Bid Response for ABC, we shall see that, but we shall not be able to see the attachment because you did not save the attachment. So click on Save and be patient. Wait for it to upload. Do not interrupt it until it takes you back to the table. You make sure it automatically takes you back itself. Don't interrupt, because sometimes your bid may be a bit huge and it may take some time. It needs some patience. So it takes you back to the table and you will see the document attached there. That is your tech bid. That you will have finished the process of uploading your tech bid, and now you need to upload your price bid. So you will log out of the C folder, close the page, and you'll go to the initial page of Create RFX Response page. Click on Notes and Attachments. Then add attachments. Give a name to the attachments and click OK. You will see your document is uploaded on that table. If you remember, this is where the upload in RFQ was done. Does it look familiar? Okay, so you will find that a 2-envelope tender is almost a combination of the RFQ and the single envelope. Because in the single envelope, you are uploading all your documents in the C folder. In the RFQ, you are uploading in the Add Attachments. This one, you use both sides. You use the tech bid, you upload in the C folder, and the price bid, you upload in the Add Attachments. So there is an actual physical separation of the price bid and the tech bid. Now, we want to put the unit prices exclusive of VAT. Click on Items, and the list of the items will be displayed. On the price column, input your unit prices exclusive of VAT. And as had been explained earlier, many people wonder why we exclude the VAT here, yet in your tender document, you have uploaded a document inclusive of VAT. This part is only used after all the processes have been done and we want to issue a PO, that's a purchase order, to you. We automatically generate the PO based on the prices which are input here, and the system will calculate the VAT for you. However, even if you put a different price here and the different price in the uploaded document, it will not help you much, because some people will say, I'll put a lower price here and a higher price on the other side. We don't use this part for evaluation. The document we use for evaluation is the uploaded documents. So make sure whatever you upload is actually your bid. Don't wait and, to put a better price in the prices tab. So now you have input your prices. You can be able to submit the tender to KPC by clicking on Submit. Click on it, and you get a notification that RFX response that has been submitted. You close the page, And when you go to the initial page, you will find the request status is reading submitted. So that is how to submit your 2-envelope tender. You can log out of your portal, and that is the end of the submission. Now, I want to show you how you can amend your tender before the submission deadline has reached. Remember, it's before the submission deadline. Sometimes you do all this process, and the moment you just click submit, you remember, oh, there's something I forgot. I did not attach my tax compliance. You just find it was lying somewhere and you did not attach. And you actually want to attach because without a tax compliance, you have already failed your preliminary evaluation. So how do you do this? First, you will need to log in to the portal using your username and your password and click log on. Click on RFX and auctions. Then on the event number, look for the response number, the column for the response number, and click the response number. Then click on edit, which will activate your page. When it is activated, you are able to do all the amendments. You can go to the notes and attachments, delete the uploaded folder, the uploaded tender, and resubmit again. You can also change the prices you had put on the items tab. You can go to the technical RFX response tab and change your bid. After you have made the changes, you are able to submit again. Click on submit. Then it will be sent back to KPC to await the tender opening. So that is the end of the first part. You have seen how to upload the RFQ. You've been shown how to do the single envelope. And you have been shown how to do the 2-envelope bid. After bidding, there will be the process of the tender opening done by a committee, and you have been told you can follow online. Then there will be the notification of intention to award to all those people who participated. Then there will be the letter of award to the winning bidder. After the letter of award is given to you, you accept and you return it back to us. There could be the process of contract signing. Then there will now be the process of purchase order, which will be sent to you. The process we are going to go through now is the delivery process. In the delivery process, I will show you 2 processes: how to acknowledge your purchase orders and how to create advanced shipping notification. The advanced shipping notification is actually an advanced delivery note. So what will happen is that you will receive a notification for the purchase order. This notification will be sent to the contact person's email address, and the contents of that notification will be, you have a purchase order, and it is this number, and you can log into the portal to view it. So log into the portal using your username and your password. Click on the purchase order tab. I had mentioned it before. We are using the purchase order tab. Click on it, and you will find the purchase order is listed down there. So to be able to acknowledge, you will click on that purchase order. When you do that, a page will appear with the first tab being process. So what are we processing? We are processing the acknowledgement. So what is the point of doing an acknowledgement? You know, when you send somebody a letter, how do you know this person has received or not? Or even in the WhatsApp or SMS. So that person should be able to tell you received, or at least something to show you that they have received the message, isn't it? So in this way, we normally want you to acknowledge the receipt of your purchase order, so that we shall know that we are still collaborating together, and you're going to continue with the process of delivery. So click on process. Then the process tab will automatically change to confirm all items. Next to it will be reject all items. You are given an option to accept or to reject. At this point, I don't expect you to reject, because rejecting the order, it will be amounting to refusal to do your part of the contract. And remember, it has consequences, especially if it involves like the performance bond, and Maureen told you in the morning, failure to supply can amount to debarment. So I expect that you will confirm all the items. You cannot confirm one item and leave the other. You will confirm the entire purchase order. So click on it, the confirm all items, then click on send, which by doing so, it will send a notification to us that the PO has been acknowledged. When you are ready to deliver, we need you to do an advanced shipping notification. From experience, we don't know why many people hesitate to do this. The advanced shipping notification, just telling us that on Tuesday next week, I will be bringing in this equipment to your stores. Please, when you have an order, please do this advanced shipping notification. Because when you bring the goods to our store and without a notification in the system, it will delay the process of inspection. And when we delay the process of inspection, it will lead to a delay in your payment. Pesa yako tu itakaa hapo kwa store. Because we have to get in touch with you and tell you, please, you must do this one. Because when you bring the goods, yes, we can receive with the manual delivery note, we stamp and give it to you, but now the next process will not continue. So ensure you do the ASN, as we call it, in the system, so that immediately you deliver, we start the process of inspection. So click on Create ASN. And a page will appear. In this page, it is the display ASN. And the display ASN will also give you a number which starts with 60, and it's unique to you and unique to that delivery. And you have the general information, the basic data. Of importance to us is the delivery information. That is the delivery date, the expected delivery date, and the means of delivery. So you would ask, why are you interested in how I will deliver these goods? Nikikuja na lori ama tractor ama nini, I can bring it as long as I've brought. Well, some modes of delivery require some extra preparation for you. For example, we would need maybe lifting equipment, extra personnel to attend to you. So you give us the means of delivery, and if you know the number, you can give the transport ID. That is the number of the truck. Below that, you will have the list of the materials you want to deliver. This list, if you look at it closely, the last column has some check boxes. These check boxes is on each line item. In the spirit of partial delivery, which Madam has graciously accepted to give to the ACPO group, you are able to choose the materials you are comfortable delivering at that point. For instance, if you want to deliver item number 1 and item number 2, you check inside that small checkbox and leave the one you are not delivering at that time. Now click on Propose Outstanding Quantities. When you do this, the quantities on the purchase order will be populated. When it is populated, it is active and you can change the quantities. That is, if you want, for example, as Madam was talking about the laptops, you have been given an order for 20. Your financial position can only allow you to deliver maybe to 15. So you will change the quantity and process that. However, we would kindly ask you that if you are able to deliver everything, please do so, so that you just bring, we inspect if they are okay, then we pay you everything. Because in some instances, for example, when we are doing the service equipment, we are servicing an equipment, if you bring less than what we required, it may mean our equipment will not move as we wanted to. So if you are able, please deliver everything. It's only on exceptional circumstances that you can bring the partial. Don't make it a habit like if nimepatiwa na KPC nilete 10, wacha tu niwapatie 2. No. We also appraise you. We appraise our suppliers and we shall see how active you are at the end of it. But as we help you, we kindly ask you to also help us. So when you do that, propose outstanding quantities, you've put the quantities you want to deliver, click on goods delivered to recipient. We shall get that notice that there is an ASN or advanced shipping notification that has been done. We see the quantities and we see the dates and we prepare for you. When the goods are delivered to KPC, we do 100% inspection. We do not do sampling of deliveries. We go to each individual item and we inspect. When we inspect, there can be 3 outcomes. 1, we can accept 100% of your quantities. We asked you for 400 reams of printing paper. We have inspected each one of them. We wanted 80 grams, and all your paper is 80 grams. We'll accept everything. We shall be very happy. We shall accept everything. The second outcome can be, we wanted 400 printing paper. After inspection, we realized, ulifanya the first 200 uko sawa kabisa. Umetuletea the correct spec. Lakini going to 300, you started changing your spec. The color, umetuletea inaka brown, inaka funny. We wanted pure white. We shall reject those ones. The ones which don't meet our specs, we shall reject, definitely. So that will be the partial acceptance. Out of 400, we have accepted 350 or 380. And the effect will be, you will be asked to come and collect your quantities. The third and the third outcome will be, you've brought the deliveries to our store, and all of them, there's nothing that meets our spec. We shall reject everything and call you to come and collect your goods at your own cost. This will be very sad, isn't it? So whenever you deliver, please stick to the specifications which we have given you, because you cannot get away with it. If it is the technical materials, we have an inspection committee which has the engineers, that is the users, and they will inspect. It will not be just the people at the store there. It will be the engineers. There's a committee which does the inspection. So kindly provide us with the correct specs, and we shall be happy. After we have done the inspection and the goods are okay, we shall forward your documentation to our finance office, and they will start the process of payment. The next presenter will take you through how we do the payment, and I'm sure that is what each one of us wants. Thank you.